Mentioned to you earlier, I was at a very special event earlier today at the East Brunswick Hilton. I was so pleased to be invited to attend the NAIOP New Jersey Chapter Annual Public Policy Symposium. I got the invite and I said, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to go check it out, and I'm glad I did, because it deals a lot with New Jersey's commercial real estate industry and just how things are in Trenton and how things are across the state. And joining us to give us a recap of today's events is Michael McGuinness. He is the CEO of NAIOP New Jersey, and he joins us now on New Jersey Today. Hi, Michael. Good to talk to you. Welcome to New Jersey Today on WCTC Radio. How are you?
Good, Bert. Thanks for speaking.
Man, I am still energized and still sort of pumped up about everything that went down today at the East Brunswick Hilton. Can you let my audience know what today's event was all about?
Sure. Today was our annual Public Policy Symposium, which is an opportunity for our members to communicate with the policymakers in Trenton as to how we're doing. And one of the things that came out clear is, and we agree with Senator Sweeney, that it is an exciting time to be in New Jersey now, since the legislature and the governor's office, for the most part, have their act together. In stark contrast to politics at the national level. Mm-hmm. I mean, just talking to my colleagues around the country, they're actually envious of what's going on here.
Yeah, things are looking up, and I was really impressed today by the Senate President. I had never met him before. An impressive guy. He's, he's enough business and enough of a sense of humor that he's believable and he's likable. And I think he was a perfect guy to have there today, and it was a real pleasure to meet him.
Oh, totally. Steve Sweeney is a straight shooter, as I said, in introducing him. He'll tell you to your face, yes, no, come back. Yeah. If he's interested in something, he'll tell you about it. But he's really is a very strong leader for New Jersey, and I think, despite the politics that goes on that you read about and hear about, I think he's really doing his utmost to make sure that the people of New Jersey win out, after all these battles are over between the legislature and the governor's office and everybody else. We, for one, NAIOP, that is, New Jersey, we've been a champion of a number of these robust incentive programs that are now being implemented by EDA, some of which the Senate President has been a co-sponsor on. Things like Grow New Jersey, the Urban Transit Hub tax credits, the Economic Stimulus Reform Act, the Economic Redevelopment Growth Grants. All of those were deliberated and analyzed by our group, and we're thrilled that the policymakers have decided to embrace these programs in a big way.
Yeah, and it was very well received. I mean, there was an impressive panel of folks that you had assembled too, and we were sharing some of the success stories earlier today. And the one I shared with my audience before, which I had no idea about, but was really glad to hear, was the story surrounding Church and Dwight and how much what was done in terms of keeping them here in New Jersey and keeping all those jobs here in New Jersey. And it just came down to, hey, you know what? You can work on things, you could find some middle ground, and you want to keep the jobs here. And the Church and Dwight story, I was really impressed by.
Yeah, and there's many more of those stories that are just starting to surface now that we've had some changes to some of the tax policies. I know the fellow from Church and Dwight, Tom, I think Mulveen, talked about the single sales tax factor, how important that is for a business. New Jersey is one of the few states that has that now. Plus, the fact that nationally speaking, New Jersey has been recognized. We were dead last year for the tax burden on business, and this year we're only 41st. So we've come up 9 notches. In the rating system there, and it's really just the start of where we can be. And I think with the Governor Christie, and legislative leaders like Senate President Sweeney, we certainly will do an all-out push to exhaust the various remedies that might be out there, and we're going to continue to plug away
Absolutely. It's all part of that New Jersey comeback that we've heard so many folks talk about, and it seems like so many different segments are all having their own little New Jersey comeback, which is culminating into some big things, and things are looking real good. Michael McGuinness is our guest. He's the CEO of NAIOP New Jersey, and we're talking about today's annual Public Policy Symposium that was held at the beautiful, good place, the East Brunswick Hilton right there in East Brunswick. That was a real nice place to have this big symposium today. For my audience, Michael, can you give them some background and some details on NAIOP New Jersey and NAIOP? Does that stand for something?
Well, it used to stand for National Association of Industrial and Office Properties. It's no longer an acronym.
Okay.
We've decided to brand the name, but basically we are the voice of the commercial real estate industry here in New Jersey. We have chapters throughout the North America, U.S., Canada, Mexico. We represent owners, investors, developers, asset managers for commercial real estate properties, which include the industrial side, which is the warehouse and distribution facilities, data centers, and also the office and mixed-use developments that are scattered throughout the state, many of which are in the urban areas as well. And we are an advocacy group. We're one of the few, if not the only, advocacy group here in New Jersey that speaks for the voice of the commercial real estate industry. We have at the moment close to 600 members and growing every day. And we have a large presence throughout the country, but that's why we exist, to promote and protect the interests of property owners who happen to own commercial real estate properties.
There was a point that was brought up by one of the panelists, and by the way, you had our good friend Mayor McCormick from Woodbridge was on the panel today. He's been on the show a million times. Great guy, friend of the program. But one of the other people had brought up a situation where one of the issues that we're facing in New Jersey, and I think a lot of folks don't realize this, is a lot of our offices, if you recall, in the 80s, there was this big boom of building office space and commercial space, and it was built for the 80s. But now, to meet the needs of today with internet and technologies and everything else that we need, we might need to catch up a little bit in that particular segment of building new, modern office space. Is that something that your group is focusing on going forward?
Well, yeah. I mean, yes and no. I mean, building new office space, I'll be honest with you, is probably not the right way to describe it. I think there certainly will be some of that going on. Mm-hmm. But in addition to that, I think there'll be a lot of retrofitting of existing office space. There is so much of it out there. And frankly, with some of these incentive programs, with the attraction of reducing your energy costs, a lot of building owners, especially, I would say all building owners stand to benefit big time by making some fairly simple retrofits to improve energy efficiencies in those buildings. And we, frankly, have just ramped up our energy and sustainability committee, and we're getting the word out there that there are probably a half a dozen incentive programs that are out there now that you can take advantage of as a building owner and bring your energy costs down. And the only reason I bring that up is, I just wanted to emphasize the fact that I see more activity going on with retrofitting existing buildings to make them, state-of-the-art, energy efficient, that sort of thing, as opposed to, going off into green fields, as we say, to put in new office buildings. So you're going to see a lot of redevelopment. I guess it's retrofit or redevelopment, reuse of existing buildings.
Hey, why not? We've got our infrastructure. We're always enhancing that and always trying to improve our highways and our rails and whatnot. Hey, why not make our office space, bring that into the modern day too? Why not?
Absolutely. New Jersey is a very mature market in that respect. We can't really compete with some of these other states where, the market's only been there for maybe 50 years or 100 years or something. We've been here a long time.
Right. Michael McGuinness, before we let you go, you have a website where folks can get some more information about what you guys do?
Absolutely. www.naiopnj.org.
Sounds good. Listen, thanks for the time. Thank you again for the invite today. I had a great time. I met some really great people in your industry from Trenton, some commercial real estate people, and keep up the great work, and thank you for the time today.
Okay, Bert. Likewise.
All right. Thank you very much. Michael McGuinness, CEO of NAIOP, New Jersey. And again, you can check out their website, naiopnj.org, and check out some of the things that they're doing. But a really good symposium today. And again, I want to thank them for having me out there. Senate President Sweeney was there. Very informative. So a great big thank you to them.